Greetings. Our presentation that you're about to review is filled with ideas and suggestions that you can use immediately. As you listen to our presentation, please consider PMC's service offerings for expert web design, search engine optimization with tracking, internet-based marketing plans you can take to a bank, staff market training, patient satisfaction surveys, and more.
Shifts happened. Time to optimize your practice. This session will hopefully get you started on really thinking about 2011 and how you're going to not only survive but thrive. Take it away, Greg.
First of all, I'd like to welcome everyone to our session and give you a little background as to how all this started. A few months ago, I was asked to make a contribution to a publication, and in doing so, my conclusion was I needed to do a little homework before putting this particular program together. So what I did was I did a lot of reading, of course, and I did a survey of 5% of our client base nationally. Talked to about 25 of my clients that represented the various specialties: plastic surgery, facial plastic surgery, dermatology, oculoplasty, and the medical spa. I found out some amazing things that were quite surprising. And from that particular experience, I concluded that in order for me to help our agency, I first needed to be a service to my clients and give them some help. It was just a lot of things that I was not expecting that would happen. But why should we be at all surprised when we're looking at the music industry being impacted by MP3 players? Yesterday, Borders Books is going to buy out Barnes & Noble. Borders Books is now being impacted by Amazon. Microsoft is now being challenged by Google. High-def television is now changing the whole entertainment industry. And in effect, what is happening is an old-fashioned word that we forgot to pronounce, and it's called a revolution. I found out some things that made me understand why this revolution is taking place, and I want to kind of quickly go through some of the things that we discovered. First thing was this process of commoditization was real. Internet is forcing people to shop. Competitors are coming in because of everything happening. There's price wars going on. Minimally invasive procedures have now become a staple of income. That is, people are depending on minimal invasive procedures for income. Survey is that we found some pockets of survival where we did not expect them. There are some people here that are online that are in the Michigan market, and you know what I'm talking about, and in Florida. We're watching people leave some of these areas as we're watching some practices, some even thriving, and many of them hanging on and doing quite well. The other thing that popped up that was quite surprising was that the manufacturer's brand, that is, their services that they are promoting, is now replacing individual branding that we worked so hard to build in all of the markets with our clients. Now, what I want to do is to kind of get a better sense of what's going on out there, and we've got people, there's about 50 of you online here, and we've got people from all sections of the country. Let's see what's happening, and I'm going to do a little poll, and this is going to be the first poll, and I'd like to have you just kind of give us a little feedback so that we can, maybe Beth and I can maybe address some of your wants and need for information and what you're expecting of this particular session. So the poll question is now there online. So would you, the poll is open, so would you kind of, as quickly as you can, indicate the responses? We're waiting for everyone to indicate their situation. Ooh, interesting, very interesting. All right. The poll is closed. Those are the questions that we asked, and these are your results. Now, this is rather interesting. Again, we're seeing a rather significant portion of you are reporting that business was, actually the majority of you are saying that business was either about the same as last year, which is not bad, or it's 40% high, 40% that it was higher. 20% indicate that it's slightly less. Now, that's rather interesting. Again, Yvette, I'd like to ask you, what is your reaction to this? This is the third time we've done this, and we're getting information that's kind of contrary to what I think many people think.
Well, I'm encouraged. I think we have the winners. on online, the folks that are doing everything right and just need some little maybe tune-up so that their return on investment can be even greater. It kind of mirrored what we did on the first for the West Coast. The numbers are about the same.
At the end of the discussion, you say, look, let's give a probability number to the chances of closing these individual patients, and let's figure out how much money will we earn or will we close by the end of this particular session. Our presentation contained many pearls of wisdom and suggestions that will be useful to you immediately. Well, that's about it. Now it's time for you to take your marketing planning guide, put it to use, and have a very successful 2011.